Morning, everyone. It's night 5 in the morning, and of course I can't sleep, but today I thought I'd talk about applying and removing your final step wax, your protectant, your sealant, whatever it is you're using. Now I'm going to paraphrase a lot of the instructions on these waxes because it just makes things a little more simple, and they're all pretty much the same. Now, almost all of them tell you to apply the wax using an applicator or a microfiber towel. In front of you, you can see I've got 4 different towels plus a microfiber applicator pad. Now, for a while, I have been using the applicator pad to apply the spray waxes and the liquid waxes that I use, which I've mentioned many times now is turtle wax. For the liquid turtle wax, the To The Max wax, I've decided that using the orbital polisher with a light foam pad is the best way to go because you get more even coverage, thinner coverage, and more complete coverage. It works better for me that way. For the spray waxes, such as the To The Max wax, or not the Max wax, but the Flex Wax and the ceramic spray coating, I was using the round microfiber applicator. Since then, I've discovered that using a thin, small microfiber towel is actually better. You get better coverage, it's easier to use, the coverage is thinner and more even. The green towel on the upper right, this one here, is very thin, and it doesn't absorb a lot of product, so there's not a lot of waste by leaving the product in the towel. It's all the spray waxes say, especially the turtle wax, is to spray 1 or 2 sprays on a section of the car directly. Now, myself and many other YouTube detailers who have used this have decided and learned that that is not the best way to do it. You get an uneven coat. You get overspray on places you don't want it to go. So it's just better to use an applicator, either the round applicator like you see, or a thin, small microfiber towel like I just showed you. Initially, you may have to do 3 to 4 sprays on the towel before you begin application, just to kind of prime the applicator. Once the applicator is primed, 1 or 2 sprays is more than enough. You take that, and I like going in straight lines because it's easier to control, it's easier to tell where you've been, and you get just a better coverage that way. Now, as far as removal, they are all basically the same. Apply with a soft, clean microfiber to a prepared surface. Some say wait 3 to 5 minutes. Some say wait till it hazes over. Others don't give you any kind of indication on how long you should wait to remove it. The To The Max wax, the liquid wax, says wait 3 to 5 minutes. The spray waxes, the ceramic spray coating and the Flex Wax, give no time frame at all as to when you should remove it. So my experience has shown me that if I apply the wax to the entire car, by the time I'm done, it's time to remove. And the turtle wax also says to use a clean, dry microfiber to remove the spray waxes and the liquid wax, and that if you run into streaking and smearing, use a damp cloth to remove them. Now, most videos I've watched and most other YouTube detailers we've decided to cut to the chase and expect to get streaking and smearing. So we go straight to a damp microfiber towel for the initial removal. Now this orange one here is one of my older towels. It's been used for years, and on its own it is not quite suitable for the precise work. I will not use it on glass because there's too much wax residue in it and that could cause streaking. But it does work excellently as the damp towel for the initial removal of the turtle wax products. So I will use that towel in the upper right corner to apply the wax. Once I'm done, I go back to my original starting point with this towel, which has been soaked almost to the point of dripping, but not quite. And I will wipe over that section, like with the hood or the roof, will be one section is half. So I will wipe off half the hood, and then I will take this towel, which is relatively new. So they're only a few months old. They're not contaminated, and they are suitable for the precision or the delicate work of removing the wax. This is my initial dry towel. And what I have found is that doing it that way, assuming that you will get streaks and smears, going straight to the damp towel for removal is 100% better than thinking you're not going to get the streaks and swirls and then finding out that you do and then going back over with a damp towel. It just saves time. It's more efficient. And one thing that none of the waxes actually say, and some YouTube detailers skip out on, is what I call a final wipe, which is the secret to getting the ultimate wax job. Now, the final wipe is after you've done the damp wipe off and the dry wipe off. You've gone around the whole car twice now. Once to apply the wax, once to remove the wax. Now, once you've completely gone around the car and all the wax is removed, you could be done. But if you take this one additional step, you're going to ensure that nothing was missed. There are no little streaks or smears or small areas where their wax is still there and at the right angle can be seen and kind of takes away from the overall appearance of the car. Now for that final wipe, I will use this super soft, super thick, and super plush microfiber towel. The only drawback to this towel is that it can lint. It can leave lint behind, especially on glass or on, in my case, a black car that's highly polished. So it's kind of a trade-off. I could use another yellow towel here as my final wipe, but I just prefer the super plush one because it does have all of the fibers and it does have the ability to pull any residue that you happen to miss or suddenly appeared after the dry wipe. What I do is I use a light to medium pressure and just simply start where I began and dry wipe the entire car. I go over everything. Paint, glass, mirrors, everything, because when the weather is appropriate and it's cooler and it's not hot, the flex wax and ceramic spray coating can be used on glass with great results. It greatly increases your visibility during bad weather, rain, and that's all you got to do is once you've gone through the application and then removal steps, just take a few extra minutes, and I mean literally less than 5 minutes for my Camaro, and go over with that super plush towel, give it a final wipe. Now you don't want to go real fast, just kind of a medium speed. If you go too fast, that does not allow the fibers in the microfiber to pick up any remaining residue. Don't go too slow, because then it takes too long and is just a waste of time. So once everything is done, take your plush towel, start where you began, and wipe over the whole car. Like I said, I can do this Camaro in less than 5 minutes for that final wipe, the icing on the cake, the one that goes and makes sure that there are no streaks or smears or anything left on the car, and the finish is perfect. I would demonstrate, but this car has already got about 2 coats of the liquid to the max wax on it, as well as about 4 coats of the flex wax, which right now the flex wax is my favorite topper. Or if the car just needs a boost in the wax, the flex wax is my preferred product right now, because it's just so easy to use and the water behavior is fantastic when it's done. Please comment, let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next one.